Hey traders from around the world, what's going on? Holla at your boy, it's Jeremy Alexander Newsom with reallifetrading.com, and it is Friday. Woo! Weekend's here, excited. Hope you got good plans, big plans. This is my last weekend in the country for a few weeks. Next weekend, headed up to Canada, Alaska, Seattle for a week and a half vacation. So you probably won't be hearing from me for a while, or maybe you will. We'll see. But yeah, so the Alaska Real Life Trading Cruise is coming up next week. Really pumped about that. And yeah, so anyway, that's pretty much what I got going on. So this weekend, not too much. Got a meeting with Sam. Sam's going to be somewhere in Murfreesboro on Saturday. We're going to meet up with him. But other than that, nothing too drastically majestic going on this particular weekend. Let's look at the SPY. Ladies and gentlemen, it's still happening. Boom, boom, still happening. Oh my goodness. 11 days in a row, we are in a stair-step pattern. This is monumental. I truly have never experienced anything like this. I've gone back in time to see if I can find a similar setup on the SPY, and I really can't. So this is unprecedented. The RSI, which I just pulled up, has plenty of room to run. 11-day stair-step pattern, ladies and gentlemen. We did technically today make a little bit of a higher high and a higher low, right? It is technically we did another all-time high on the SPY, but it looks good. I mean, if we keep cruising up, awesome, looks nice. Here's the IWM and the IWM today. Here was some analysis that some traders and a few other real-life traders out there in the world were looking at back on the 26th of July, so this was about 3 days ago. Research looking into buying an August week 2 call. 134 will be the limit buy with a stop at 80 cents. Right now, that's looking pretty good. Volume is coming in. So again, your moving averages trading up higher on the IWM, and it looks bullish, right? So of course, we could have a bearish day come in at some point next week. That's entirely possible. But at this point, we're just slowly cruising up. The Qs getting very, very extended at these levels, really, really high up there. But again, this was a really, really big move on the Qs. And also, the last time we got equally as extended was between October of last year, October, November, and that wave is bigger than this wave that we have right there, about 20-30% bigger, not size, not percentage-wise of the stock, just anyway, numbers-wise. But yeah, it's a little bit bigger, so we could continue up higher. The Qs are at a very, very good resistance, though, and a lot of the tech stocks do look very, very bullish. So I don't mind the Qs hanging out, trading a little bit sideways, and then potentially continuing up. But wouldn't shock me if the Qs do this, this, and this also. Entirely possible. I guess we'll kind of have to find out. But that's kind of my broader review on the markets. Bottom line, if we're looking at things like the FAS, which is the ETF that tracks the financial sector, we're at some resistances. Most indices are at all-time highs. Some, if they're not at all-time highs, are at resistance. We're in a consolidation pattern. We have room to continue higher, and we can continually and easily do so. But look for a gap in either direction next week. If we gap up really nicely, we'll run. And if we gap down really nicely, we'll run. Otherwise, we'll probably slowly keep tracking a little bit higher. So on Wednesday, I mentioned a really big announcement. Some of you might have gotten an email from me about 2 hours ago. If you haven't got a chance to check that inbox yet, or you don't get emails from me and you're just a subscriber to our YouTube channel, first of all, thank you so much for being a subscriber to our YouTube channel. There is a big announcement coming. So starting August 16th, Real Life Trading is a part of the Trading Mastery Summit. So when I say Real Life Trading, I get the opportunity to be one of the 21 guest presenters. And this link for this is going to be included in the description below, but I got a lot of free tickets to give out. If you want one, I have some. The nice golden tickets. And really, this is a very incredible value. I mean, there's a lot of traders that are going to be doing this thing. Jim Rogers is going to be a special guest. You have Phase 1 with really some pretty fantastic traders, some of whom I've met in real life. Real life? You all know Paul Singh, Kanal. There's my face right there. So yeah, we're going to be a part of this, and it's going to be really, really huge. So get the free access now, totally free, to check out what each presenter and each company is offering, information, skills, strategies, stocks, forex, bonds, futures. It's all pretty much there, and I think you guys are going to really enjoy it. So that's starting in a few weeks. Make sure to get your free ticket. You're going to be hearing more about that soon. But that's a internationally huge web just take over. This is massive, all online. You don't have to leave the comfort of your chair. Check it out. You're going to love it. Trading Mastery Summit, absolutely an honor and a privilege to be a part of this with some incredible names in trading, real life trading. Myself, we really are humbled. All right, so let's talk about some big stocks and some trades. Ladies and gentlemen, I am most certainly triggered into Apple bullish. And yeah, looking good so far. Again, just to kind of update and review what I think is going to happen on Apple. I think this gap that we got today is really going to shape up and play out similar to this gap right here. Now, we got a black candle on the day of the gap after a very, very strong bullish gap and go. Second day, we got a bullish candle. Third day, we got a little bit of a bearish candle with a higher high. Well, so far, those three candles are exactly the same type of candles we got so far on Apple. So really, the next 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 candles should be a little bit more bullish, like making higher highs and higher lows over time. And then hopefully later into August, we really get that just cataclysmically strong bullish run. That's what I'm hoping for. Obviously, that doesn't have to happen. I'm definitely keeping my risk at a level where I can take it. Here's your extended hours, right? So we're kind of battling the 20 exponential. And if I turn off the extended hours, we're just slowly just trading into that 10 exponential and slowly grinding higher. So overall, Apple looks really cataclysmically bullish in my opinion, and looking to take some trades on it. Got some trades, got some call options, directional calls, and seeing if Apple's going to continue higher. Facebook did exactly yesterday what it did last earnings. White candle gapped up to an all-time high, white candle gapped up to an all-time high, and traded down. So realistically, if you want to know what Facebook's likely going to do in the next 2 months, boop, probably something like that. Bullish to neutral. Ron, great trade on this one, buddy. Ron's in a covered call, hanging out, doing his thing. Ray Rue, great job. His put sales expired profitable. Ray, fantastic stuff. Karen, same for you. Wonderful. Karen mentioned back on the 19th of July, selling the 120.15 or the 120.17 put spread and using those proceeds to buy 122 or 123 calls. Very profitable trade. Stan has some put sales, 105. A lot of traders. Anyway, bottom line, a lot of traders making a lot of money since Facebook went up. Loving it. Here's Netflix. There's some NFLX and Netflix trading sideways for the last 4 days. I like that. My analysis back on the 26th of July. Let's allow 6 trading days for the gap to retest, test, and chop around, and then hopefully thrust higher. This, I do think, is a stair step. We trade sideways for 5 days in here. I think we got 1 or 2 days left. And then again, keyword, hopefully we thrust higher. If we do not, and we get a really strong breakdown here, I'll probably get stopped out on some 92 August calls. And then I'll probably look to re-enter on a potential balance around 88, 58, something like that. So we'll kind of see how that plays out on Netflix, but overall looking good. Amazon, ladies and gentlemen. Oh my goodness, Amazon's looking nice. I like this. Very pretty. So there's a lot of info here. I can get rid of these because I thought Amazon was going to gap up huge. Nope, did not. Amazon did not gap up that large. Rob, great job on the put sale, right? So we've been bullish on Amazon for a while. Rob's in a put sale at 650. That's expiring worthless today. I think a few others were as well. And I mentioned early this morning, I think Amazon will act a lot like Apple did on Wednesday, meaning it gaps up and trades down. Boom! Gap up and trade down. Now, next part of that plan, however, still looking to buy the bounce retest. Why would I look to do that? Because this is a white candle gapping up. So, a little bit of a double bottom type of pattern here. We got a new white soldier yesterday. If Amazon trades into 749, I am looking to buy some call options on Amazon as it retests that level. And then hopefully the trend stays our friend and Amazon bounces and continues higher. Google, ticker symbol GOOGL. Google, huge gap up today, really massive move into some resistance. Here's the hourly chart on Google, and earlier today it was looking a little bit more bullish, but realistically, pre-market, let me pull up some of this pre-market info. Pre-market looks a little bit weak. This is when I started looking at it in the afternoon. You got it yesterday, giant shooting star at an all-time high. So the all-time high is pretty much that 810 level. So at this juncture, actually considering Google a little bit more bearish to neutral up here. I do like it bullish long term, but I want more of a pullback on Google before I play it bullish on a longer term level. So if you're looking at playing it slightly bearish, but more bearish to neutral, because this is a very, very strong bullish gap and go, but we did gap up very, very far. And again, this 810 level based on this candle is the all-time high. So if you're looking at doing a credit spread, probably up here if it has money. And then if Google does this and bounces, that's when I'm looking to play Google bullish if it can trade to that level and then bounce, because this is a good gap on Google and I do think it can continue higher. Let's look at Coke really quick. Trigger symbol KO. Coke got KO'd. It's gapping down, and here's your long-term moving averages. We're actually below the 200, which hasn't happened in a long time. Here's your weekly long-term moving averages on Coke, and my overall opinion on Coke is this. It's a very nice blue chip long-term buy and hold. It doesn't do all-time high breakouts very well. So let me point to the last few all-time high breakouts. There. So all the all-time high breakouts, pretty much after it breaks out, all those blue chip buy and hold dividend investors sell, causing the stock to pull back down. I don't have any particular position on Coke, but if it trades lower, I'll be looking to buy the dip on a longer-term level around the 42 area. Here's BlackBerry, ticker symbol BBRY, and believe it or not, BlackBerry getting some buying coming in. I know. I'm like, what? BlackBerry. Here's ticker symbol BBRY. So earnings is done on BlackBerry, one of the stocks I'm always bearish on fundamentally, but technically speaking, looks like a 1, 2, 3 building on BlackBerry. So if it can get a little bit more of a retest into about, 720-ish, I would look to buy the bounce on BlackBerry. As crazy as that sounds, it looks a tad bullish, So it's kind of interesting. Let's look at 2 or 3 more. I still have a wager out there on Dave & Buster's, ticker symbol PLAY, that it will not break $43 before August 15th. Ladies and gentlemen, it just might do that. You got a pretty good bearish gap on the 26th of July. Now, I like Dave & Buster's on a long-term level. My wager is I will buy a random person or family's dinner at Dave & Buster's if it breaks below 43. It really might do that at this point, which I'm totally fine with. No big deal. But it closed below the exponential moving average on the 50 today, or at least it looks like it might. So really, there's not much else holding it up until this 43 level. So I think it's probably going to happen. Now, if Dave & Buster's does trade down to here, also a good place to buy. I know a few traders made some money here and here on Dave & Buster's with the bounce. These are more bullish to non-directional trades. Again, don't mind owning any Dave & Buster's positions if it happens, but as a longer-term level, it looks good. Buffalo Wild Wings, speaking of longer-term level and looking good, this thing might just fly. Really, really good bullish gap up with earnings above the long-term moving averages. You got a weekly chart down here in Buffalo Wild Wings, and look at that candle and this double bottom on the weekly chart. Candle, volume, closing, looks good. Bottom line, Buffalo Wild Wings, look for the next 2 to 3 weeks, maybe a few months for it to trade down a little bit, potentially, and then buy that bounce if we get it. And 2 more, or a few more. ADM, gotta give a shout out to my buddy, Michael Clark, aka Freebird. He bought some shares of ADM back here on the 5th of April, and that thing is just absolutely rocking. Earning is coming up soon. Probably a great place to sell some covered calls or get into a collar strategy, but ADM's looking good. United States Steel, hitting some targets today. Anyone who took this trade, white candle, gapped up on earnings. That's the retest on the hourly. So let me go look at the hourly chart. This is one of those stocks that I talked about, the 50 exponential moving average strategy, and there you go, right? Stock above the 50 EMA, gapped up, pulled down, bounced strongly, trading into some targets today. So ticker symbol X doing its thing. And last but not least, Las Vegas Sands. I like Las Vegas Sands. It looks pretty healthy to me, and I like it. It is a white candle gapping up. It's a retest gap. This looks like a retest to me. Volume is coming in, but I love the gap location. Really, really, really strong support into here. That's my plan on Las Vegas Sands at this point. 52.50 September calls. Looking forward to trade a little bit higher. Ladies and gentlemen, thanks so much for watching this real life stock review. I really appreciate it. Much more to come next week. Then the week after that, going to be on a little bit of a mini vacation. But make sure to be there at Trading Summit. You're going to love it. A lot of people, a lot of presenters, and it's right around the corner. It's going to be jam-packed, and I hope to see you all there. Ladies and gentlemen, have a wonderful Friday. Enjoy your weekend. And until next time, love life, and trade it. See you.